Good evening, Nick Inman from VolumeProfileTrader.com on Monday, June 4th, and the S&P pretty much did what we expected it to do. We got down to these what should be support levels, and where I presume the market will at least slow down and the downtrend will be less fierce. There will be a little more buying activity down at these levels. And one thing that I want to point out is this point of control up here at 1308 for the year. If we get enough volume activity down around 1282 or so, that should switch and we should get the point of control at that level. At that time, let's say it takes a week, we should see a decent sized move off of these levels, 1282 down to 1271. If we go down to 1260, same circumstance. What I'm looking for is that these big volume patches that we have, one of them will eventually turn to the point of control of the year, and 1308 will no longer be that. That results in whatever level it becomes. Let's say, for example, 1280. The 1280 level will become important. It will become a level to pivot off of, to trade off of, and you should get a decent sized move in the market off of those levels. I would expect, and I'm just saying this kind of broadly speaking, I would expect a market push to the upside. I think, that's just my perception of what's going on, but I think we have a good shot of retesting the 1360, 1380 level at some point later on this year. I don't know if it's going to be in a month from now. It is coming into the summer months where the volume dries up a bit more, and maybe the opportunity, it could be, for example, a slow summer, and we just, trade in a relatively small range, and then eventually, basically after summer, we see a breakout. That's a possibility, and it's just something that you need to be aware of. But I would expect a decent trade off of these levels, and I am looking to the upside only because we are at major support. However, if I'm wrong and we continue to the downside, then you're looking at 1200 or so, down to about 1180 as your downside target. So let's look at actually what I think is the most influential thing I'm looking at, influential index. The NASDAQ, we are at a major trendline support here. We're at the 200-day. We are at where, generally speaking, where we broke out back at the beginning of this year. We have a full retracement. We have a lot of levels here. So look for a bounce in the NASDAQ, and if it has any steam to it, it could be a good one. I know I was buying some stock today. I'm actually going to go over that in the next video. So I think that you should be aware of that, and maybe find yourself an opportunity, or at least see what I did to do that. But that's for members only. So just stating that, and so let's get to that video. Hope this gives you a pretty good update view of what I'm looking at in the market. I'll sum it up one more time. I'm looking for a bounce here. I'm letting the market tell me, should I be long, should I be short? There were some great longs today in the S&P, and I think a few other names as far as swing trades, stocks that you can buy. I think that there are some names to be bought. So members, stay tuned.